Yeah, 23.5, that's a bit hot. That's Celsius, of course. And I'm at a hotel near the airport in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And the weather is getting worse and worse. Check this out. You see this? That means it's very cold. But it's not that cold. It's about -5 Celsius. But it's been snowing and the wind is very nasty. So I just went for a walk because I wanted to buy some. I found Staples Business Depot, and I remember that I want to replace my memory cards. And I wanted to find my favorite lunch place, McDonald's. So I ordered the same thing. So I just got some 10 beef patties. It was like $10 Canadian plus tax. And then I walk across the street and see. So these are my GoPros. And one of them is like probably 3 years old, and of course I use them all the time, and I always reformat cards. And so now these cards looks like they reached the end of their natural life. And so one of them is, so I decided, I know only one of them was bad. The SanDisk 64 gigabytes, and then this one is verbatim, also 64. So I decided to replace them both, and I got these. I like Lexar, so Lexar 64 gigabyte. It's a pretty fast card. And yeah, some people were saying that this knife I got from Larry in Minitonas is not legal, but again, it's a flip knife. There's no spring. You just pull this. You see? It's not a it's not a switchblade, you know. It's just a fancy knife, but I kind of like it. But it's super sharp. Alright, so we got, that'll be for this one, and this will be for this one. The last thing, of course, well, the last thing I want to do is I don't want to break him. Come on. Oh. So this will be this one, this will be this one, and these two will just destroy. You see, that's what happens when you have beef for lunch. You're very strong. I hope this will last longer than. Okay, let's just delete files. We're gonna format the card. Format complete. No, this one. So now I know that these are new cards, right? So if one of these cameras stops recording next time I try to record, so that would just mean that the actual camera is bad, because like I said, I've been using them for love this knife. I've been using them for a very long time, and so these memory cards have been reused, I don't know, 100 times, 200 times. So it's time to upgrade them. But I love these cameras, right? Because I always use them. I mostly use them on a hands-free headset, with a hands-free headset, because now I'm using this Hero 8 as my main camera when I'm recording myself, right? So I'm just using this little handle, and it has these little stand at the bottom, so very cool. Anyway, so what's been happening is, so yeah, on the weekend I drove here, and I parked at the truck stop, and I've been looking for loads starting Monday, and the load board is not dead. I do see loads, but they're all very cheap, and most of them are very far away. Of course, this, I don't think I saw a single load near me somewhere here. Like, there was one up north, 600 miles away. I don't want to go there. Then that one disappeared. Some guy just called me, and I see a name. It's like, you know, I see a name. It says BC, like British Columbia. And we start talking. Turns out the guy saw my video where I was unloading that soil mech. Remember that blue machine I brought from Las Vegas? Something 75, what was it, 115,000 pounds. He says this one is only quote unquote 50 tons, and they're looking for a quote from Toronto to Vancouver. And I said, hey, I'm in Winnipeg and I have only one truck. And the guy says, you have only one truck? I said, how many trucks do I need? You know, I'm okay with one truck. Like, I cannot drive 20 trucks myself, and I don't want to have employees. And so I said, can you email me the info, I'll give you a quote. And the guy says, oh, why don't you text me your email address to this phone I'm calling from? I said, okay. So I sent him my email address. Never heard from the guy again. But I was already considering just basically, I don't care, going, you know, into US, like 1,000 miles, 1,500 miles. And there was a load I wanted to do. There was a load from Georgia going to Toronto, right? And again, it's an auction, it's a Caterpillar thing, and so I give him my price. The guy emails me back, we didn't get it. And I gave him a very cheap rate. I didn't even charge him for the deadhead, 1,500 miles, you know. And I said, who got it? Somebody who's willing to move a 82,000 pound load for $350 a mile? And the guy says, I have no idea who got the load. He says, all I get after I submit them the rate, all I see is accepted or rejected. And he says, our rate was rejected. And of course he takes my rate and then he adds a bit of his commission in there, and then he submits it, right? And so all the time I'm dealing with this guy, never once was my rate accepted. It was always higher than somebody else was willing to hold it for, which just tells me that it's a waste of time of dealing with this particular guy. And so what else was there? Oh, then I found, I went back to the auction. I swore never to deal with it again, but there's no other, you know, leads. So I went to this online auction where you can make bids on loads, right? Where somebody's trying to ship, and there was a huge excavator coming out of Alberta, I think. Yeah, one of those like monsters, you know, big machines, almost 120,000 pounds. I put a bid in, never heard from the guy who's looking for the truck. Then I reduced the rate by 200 bucks, deleted the first bid. I don't think I had an answer. So anyway, basically I got feelers out. I posted my truck as available all over the place, like in Chicago, in Edmonton. Now I'm gonna do maybe Toronto. If somebody has a load from Toronto, I don't care. I'll go back to Toronto and then I'll get loaded and go somewhere. But like, this is as good a place as any, except that it's, you know, it's cold and it's snowing. And the first day I use an Uber guy, and I see he's Indian, and I said, what are you doing here? Like, you like this kind of weather? And he says, yeah, well, I just moved from Brampton. And in Brampton, near Toronto, there's a lot of Indian people living there, you know, from India, Indian immigrants. You see whole settlements of people wearing, in the summer, wearing all these white clothes, you know, kind of like a corner of India. Very interesting. But he moved here. I said, why? Why would he live somewhere where sometimes they have like, he says last year it was minus 55 Celsius over here in winter. It never gets that cold in Ontario, you know, near Toronto over there. And he says, well, the only reason he moved is because all his cousins live here, and because it's expensive, like real estate, like rental rates are more expensive over there. I don't believe that's true. All you have to do is just move to a smaller town than Brampton. Brampton is, you know, it's a suburb of Toronto. Of course, rental will be expensive. Just move to a smaller town, like, you know, my place, Cambridge. Like, I like that area, Cambridge, Kitchener, Waterloo. It's not as expensive as Toronto, but this guy decided to move here. Now he's driving and his teeth are, you know, well, it's not cold yet because it's only October, right? But I know December, January, that's it. I don't want to come here basically after Christmas, end of December, maybe 3 months, January, February, March. Maybe till the end of March, it can be the weather over here can be super bad, you know. So in other news, I'm doing a slight mod on my Challenger. I'm going to change the throttle body. Just purchased a bigger throttle body online, so it's coming to my mailbox. So hopefully by the time I find something to take me to Ontario, this throttle body will be there. I'll try to install it and do a before and after video, because I know that the exhaust sound will definitely change, and I hope to get some extra torque at the low end. And then I'm gonna get a tune and get a tuner. I found a performance shop, what they call them, speed shop, not too far from Cambridge over there, and they sell these performance tuners. The most popular one is Diablo Sport for Chrysler vehicles. I also got a new lens, a cheap 50mm 1.8, 130 bucks. Also coming to my Amazon, because it's super light. Sometimes, you know, you want to walk around, you don't want to have my lenses are like 2 pounds each. Like this one is, I don't know, 150 grams, 1/3 of a pound. And so yeah, so all I need is just find a good load and get back to Ontario, because that insurance expert is waiting for me. He wants to see the trailer before he sends his decision to the insurance company about that incident with the crane. And also my driver's license and my OHIP card, my health card, expire in January, so it takes them a long time to renew them. So I want to do it in November, and so eventually I want to get to Ontario. But for now, we're just looking for a load. We are looking for a load. have no idea which direction the fate will take me, right? But I don't wanna move anything for $2 a mile or something like that, you know. That's just ridiculous. So I'll do another video once I have once I'm loaded, or once I know what I have, or once somebody accepts my quote. So thanks for watching, stay tuned, stay warm, take care.